2 hands hold the feet to strengthen the kidneys and waist. The following movement sequence is meant to strengthen the kidneys and strengthen and protect the waist. The following sequence includes movements, which can be difficult if you are inflexible or uncertain. You can use props or skip those moves entirely. It is not essential to complete all those movements, although it may be beneficial to try. There will be different ways to proceed with alternate moves proposed for those unprepared or not feeling safe or flexible enough. Such moves will be numbered to be able to easier navigate. This numbering in the proposed sequences might look difficult to understand or follow at first. This will be explained and presented in a much simpler format, right after the description of the movements. Through stretching the waist area, the hamstrings, the back of the thighs, and the calves, these movements have the additional benefit to compensate for a seated modern lifestyle. Do not forget the opening and closing moves, right before and after the sequence. Inhale and start slowly lifting your hands, palms facing upwards, fingers pointing at each other, as if you were about to wash your face and were just lifting some water up. When your hands reach chest height, start to exhale, while turning your palms up, over your shoulders, then pushing your open and flat palms towards the sky. You can pause there for one inhale and exhale. Although not important, it might be beneficial to do so. Start to inhale, while turning your hands to face each other, fingers pointing up and towards each other, like you were holding a ball between your open palms, and finally lowering them to chest height again. At this point, begin to exhale, and start bending your torso, keeping your hands in the same position. Bend at the waist, with a straight back and straight legs, until your torso is approximately parallel with the ground, or a little bit higher. If you are unsure of the following movements, or feel inflexible to do it or unsafe in a low position, skip this part and proceed with number 2, grabbing your feet. Without pausing there, continue to exhale and extend your arms in front of you, trying to reach the floor. Do bend forward as far as your fingertips touch the ground and hold yourself on your fingertips, with arms and fingers stretched out and legs as straight as possible. If you are inflexible or find it otherwise difficult to reach this position, you can bend your knees slightly, to ease the stretch at your lower back. If you feel like you need to bend your knees more than a little, or if you cannot touch the floor even with bent knees, you can use a prop, like a box or a low coffee table. If you are unsure in the low position, or easily get dizzy, have a high blood pressure, or just do not want to risk falling over, use a high prop, such as a strong sturdy chair or table, maybe even a countertop. Going low or deep is not important, as long as you can maintain a minimal feel of stretch in the back of your thighs, which is possible with a minimal bend at the waist. As always, safe practice is more important than low positions or movements. It is best to go only as low as you can maintain with straight legs, knees locked out, and keeping your back relatively flat. This will help to avoid going too deep and having accidents or overstretching your lumbar area. You can also skip this part entirely and proceed to grab your feet with both hands. Pause here for one inhale, or even longer if you need to make sure you can maintain your balance. You can also pull your torso backwards, stretching out your arms and back, if you're flexible enough to do so, while inhaling. From here, proceed with caution and move slowly, as it is very easy to trip or fall over in this position. Exhale and push your body weight over your hands and arms, raising your lower half slightly, as you lift yourself on tiptoe. You do not need to go deep or far out, only as far as it feels safe. Inhale and return to the original position with your feet flat on the ground. Repeat this back and forth movement 2 more times, for a total of 3 inhales and exhales. For the 4th time you inhale, continue with squatting down, see number 2. Continue here, regardless if you have skipped or completed number 1. If these moves are still too difficult, you can skip this step and go with the alternative move, number 3. Inhale, as you bend your knees and squat all the way down between your legs. Both hands should grab a hold of one foot, your elbows touching your knees from the inside. Both feet should rest flat on the floor, toes turned slightly out. Look up to the sky, raising your head slightly, but looking all the way up with your eyes, as if you were trying to look at the top of your skull from the inside. As you exhale, straighten your knees as much as you can, while still holding your feet. Your eyes should continue to look towards the top of your skull. Try to straighten your legs as much as possible. Although it is not essential to lock your knees, you should strive to do so. As you inhale, squat back down to the starting position. Repeat this squatting and straightening your legs while holding your feet, for a total of 3 inhales and exhales. 3. Alternative move, continue here if you have skipped either/both of number 1 or number 2. If you have completed number 2, you do not have to do this move, although it could be beneficial to perform this move as well. If you choose to skip this move, continue with number 4. Start in the same squatting position as on the previous move as you inhale, or, if you are bending forward from the standing position, continue with squatting down and grabbing your feet and inhale. Stay in the squatting position and exhale. Now start straightening your legs and slide your hands up to your knees, while you inhale, keeping your back bent. Then start to exhale as you slide your hands up on your thigh, way up to your lower back, and give your kidneys a gentle massage, while bending your torso and your back and your head slightly backwards, eyes continuing to look up. Inhale, bending forward, sliding your hands to your knees, then squat down again as you exhale, your hands returning to hold the feet. Repeat for a total of 3 inhales and exhales. If you have completed this move, skip number 4 and continue with number 5. 4. If you have not followed number 3, the alternative move, continue here straight from number 2. As you inhale, start straightening up your body, while your hands hold an imaginary ball from the bottom. Continue this movement in inhaling, until your body becomes upright, drawing in your left foot, to gain a narrower stance. Your upright palms should stop in front of your chest. 5. If you have followed number 3, continue here right after the alternative move. As you inhale, start straightening your knees and lift your torso, while your hands hold an imaginary ball from the bottom. Continue this movement in inhaling, until your body becomes upright, drawing in your left foot, to gain a narrower stance. Your upright palms should stop in front of your chest. 6. This will be the last movement of any sequence path. Exhale as you finish the movement sequence, turning your palms down and pushing your hands gently downwards. The above numbering and the alternative ways this could be followed might become quite confusing. Listed below are the possible sequences you may go through. After the opening move and first few unnumbered movements, continue with one of the following. The traditional sequence, number 1, number 2, number 4, number 6. Alternative sequences, number 1, number 3, number 5, number 6 or number 2, number 3, number 5, number 6. The fullest sequence, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 5, number 6. Short alternative sequence, number 2, number 4, number 6. The easiest sequence suitable for those limited in movement or flexibility, number 3, number 5, number 6. This concludes 2 hands hold of feet to strengthen the kidneys and waist.